All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Brooklyn Beats. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. This is Saquon Barkley. Shifts by him. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Caught left side. It's Beckham. The 15 yards through the air and a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, grab that dagger play, grab that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. They'll look to throw here on first down. This is caught at the 8. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really good pickup of 28 yards. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Lucky 56. Detroit!
He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Stays on his feet. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first.
And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Marcus Golden in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
Yeah, if you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll set up to throw. Over the middle to Beckham. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Set, blue, landed.
They'll drop to throw. This is caught by Jackson. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
They're going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now back to throw to Barkley on the check down. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Sunday. Here we go.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Haynes. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. They'll run with Clement, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. Room to run past midfield. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
You don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, it's Wentz. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
And now out come the Giants. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Now let's go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. 23 yards on the play.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run. Big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Philly, here we go. Set. Green, 39.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Play action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns is going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Now after After the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Working from the gun, Wentz escaping the pressure right. And some room to maneuver. Skirts by him at the 35. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They go play action here on first down. But the shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Let's go. Blue 90.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Room here to run. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Back to throw now on first down. He dumps it off to Barkley. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Stops shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On play action, they'll throw. It's complete to Chris Conley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So 1:55 to go in the first half. Back with more after this. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Ertz over the middle. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And who's got it? The Giants. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't it?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Wentz going to throw. Going deep this time for Miller. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Shepard. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This quarterback now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw, and he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Brandon Graham in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll set up to throw. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nigel Bradham coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 11.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter three.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Back to the air on second down. Wins. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Marcus Golden. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now Wentz. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And the Giants ready to come out now. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Watch it now, Barney.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Tackled that time by Sidney Jones.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got the hook up with Conley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards through the air on a first down. Back to throw here. Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. He'll look to throw. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Pretty move. And now running right through it.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him. But instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. 21 yards there, a big play on 4th down. Wentz now on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, he's got it, complete. And this time not quite to the 30, it'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down. Now a play fake. Wentz. And this is Hurts with it, right side. And he'll go down at the 28. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Flush to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Landon Collins.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
The pitch goes to Barkley. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Now back to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
They're going to look to throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And down he'll go at the 25. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
Oh, always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A handoff to Barkley. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. There goes Sterling Shepard. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Sterling Shepard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants add on to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. He's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And here now the offense heading back out there. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again here on 2nd and 10. And an alley to run. Space to maneuver at the 40. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Shorty.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And out across midfield down to the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. You were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. Going for the deep ball. And this is going to be incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis. Now the ball comes loose, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs.
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's caught by Jackson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jackson's got it over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Here's a give to Barkley. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get him.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Watch it now, Barney. Hurry up.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he loses the football a 2nd time.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll drop to throw. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Leopard! Watch it now, Barney!
Trying a little razzle-dazzle on 3rd and short. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And he's got it up and through. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Throwing on first is Wentz. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
You know, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. To throw, it's Wentz. Buying time to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially the second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Give him 30 yards there. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. Miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So that one will be accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
Now Saquon Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. They said their goal was to win 7 games. They've done that pretty early in the year.
I think it's time for them to elevate that number and really make a big push to finish this season strong.